Hi, in this video we will take a look at WH questions and statements and also time expressions. First we're going to look at WH questions and statements. Our first slide. What do you do? Here we have do being used as an auxiliary verb, and we have do as a main verb. Okay, what do you do? I'm a baker. Notice that you have you, so you use the auxiliary do. What do you do? I'm a baker. Where do you work? We have do as the auxiliary verb because we have you as the subject and work as the main verb. I work at or in a bakery. Notice that here we do not have any change with the verb in the answer. Our next slide, we have the following question. Where does Julia work? Notice that we have does as the auxiliary verb here and work as the main verb. Notice that we have Julia. Julia is she, so we have does. Where does Julia work? Just as a reminder, when you have he, she, or it, you have a change to the verb or auxiliary in the case of the question. For the answer, we have she works at or in Chanel. She works. In the question you have does work. In the answer we do not have the auxiliary verb, so we change the main verb by adding an S to make it agree with she. What does she do? Does is the auxiliary verb, do the main verb. She is a fashion designer. So what does she do? Fashion designer answers what? What does she do? She designs clothes. You see that the verb here will have an S in order to agree with she. So you add an S to the main verb. Okay, here we have a chart with I, you, we, and they, and then another column for he, she, it. We have several verbs and their forms. Okay, so I work, he, she, it works. Here you add an S to agree with third person. The next verb, design. He, she, it designs. Okay, here you simply add an S. For our next verb, take. Take is the same case, you also add S for he, she, it. I study, you study, we study, they study. He, she, it studies. Okay, in this case, when you have a verb ending in Y. If it ends in Y, change the Y to I and add ES. For the next verb, teach. Teach, we have teachers. Simply add ES to the end of the verb. Do, does. Go, goes. You just add es to the end. And our last verb, have. Have changes completely. So I have, you have, we have, they have, but he, she, it has. Okay? So there's a big change with this auxiliary or main verb. Let's go on to our next slide. We're going to take a look now at time expressions with prepositions, the main prepositions in, at, and on. Okay. I get up at 7, okay? At 7, because we're talking about the specific time, 7. In the morning, period of the day, in the morning. And now, if we're going to mention the day of the week, days of the week, we use on weekdays. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on weekdays. I get up at 7 in the morning on weekdays. Our next example, I go to the club at 9 in the evening on weekends. So at for the specific time, in for the period of the day, in the evening, on weekends, okay, weekends, Saturday and Sunday, okay, 9 o'clock. Okay, next slide. I get home late at night on Wednesdays. Here we have late. Okay, for all the others we can use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but when we have night, with night we can only use at. We use the preposition at when we're talking about night. And then day of the week, or it's something that is constant on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, day of the week. Use on. Next example, I stay up until 10 o'clock. Okay, we're giving a limit with until. So I stay up until 10, so at 10 I go to sleep. I stay up until 10, and then at 10 I go to sleep. At night, on weekdays. Again, we have at night. All the others we use in, but with night we use at. And then on weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Next example, I wake up at 10, okay, at, because we're giving a specific time, at 10 in the morning. Again, we have here morning. So with morning, we can use in for the period. On weekends. On weekends, so Saturday and Sunday. So in summary, in this video you saw how to make questions and answers with WH questions, and the changes of the verb or auxiliary with he, she, it. And you also saw expressing time with in, on, at. Okay, this is the end of this video, and thanks for watching.